What's good, squad? Have you ever walked out to your garden and noticed yellow leaves, browning edges, plants wilted, leaves dead, and you were wondering what could be going on with your plant? Well, guess what, squad? Your plants are trying to tell you exactly what's going on. If you stick with me, squad, I'm going to give you 5 deficiencies that every beginner gardener should know to ensure that we save this year's harvest.
Welcome to Lester's G2R. Yeah, Lester's G2R. From the seed to the harvest, let's grow, let's grow. Yeah.
Deficiency number 1 is nitrogen. So nitrogen is responsible for your plant's vigorous growth, the green plushness of your plants. When you have a nitrogen deficiency, what will happen is your leaves will start turning yellow and eventually start dying. All your new growth will continue to be green, and that is because nitrogen is a movable nutrient, meaning the plant takes what it needs from the older leaves and distributes those nutrients out to the newer leaves in order to ensure that they can continually survive with the lack of nutrients that they have. Without that nutrients, your plants will eventually die. So, to fix this issue, you would need to add a nitrogen rich fertilizer, something like fish emulsion, a weed cocktail, compost, rabbit droppings, anything that's high in the N spectrum of the NPK nutrients. All right, squad, deficiency number 2 is phosphorus. Phosphorus is responsible for your roots being good, healthy, and strong, and also flowering and fruiting on your plants. The signs for a phosphorus deficiency is dark green leaves with a purple reddish tint. The way to fix this is to ensure that you have mulch covering your soil, ensuring that your pH is in the right range for that particular plant, in adding something like bone meal or any fertilizer with a high concentration of P in the NPK spectrum. Deficiency number 3 is potassium. Potassium is like a flu shot. Flu shot helps keep you from getting sick or catching the flu. Potassium is the same thing to your plants. It ensures that your plants can be stress resistant to stress and stay healthy from diseases, blight, things like that. How you would know if your plants have a potassium deficiency, the edges of your leaves would first start to have a discoloration to them, and then they will eventually start browning. Then they will begin to get crispy and then eventually die off. A good fix for this is to ensure that you are using compost, a well-balanced compost, or you can also use something like kelp meal, or use a fertilizer that's rich in the K spectrum of the NPK. All right, squad. Deficiency number 4 is calcium. I know you all have heard me mention in my past videos blossom end rot when I mentioned tomatoes. So calcium is the main factor in blossom end rot in tomatoes. And that is because calcium is not a movable nutrient. In order for your tomatoes or any of your plants to be able to uptake calcium, we need to ensure that we're introducing the correct watering technique. And if you look at my past videos, I have a video that goes over the 5 mistakes beginners make when watering. So, if you have a calcium deficiency, the bottom of your fruit would begin to rot away. Most beginner gardeners think that it is a disease issue with your plants, but it's not. It's the fact that it is lacking calcium. The thing is, with a calcium deficiency, your rainwater, your tap water has the calcium that your plant will need. So 9 times out of 10, you're having that deficiency due to the lack of consistent watering, meaning you're not thoroughly watering your plant and allowing your plant to dry out properly. So once again, I direct you to my 5 watering mistakes that beginners make video that is in my ultimate gardening blueprint playlist. All right, deficiency number 5, squad, is magnesium. Magnesium is what gives your leaves that chlorophyll it needs to turn them green. How would you know if you got a magnesium deficiency? In between the leaf veins, you would start seeing yellowing. The veins will continue to be green, but the leaves themselves will start turning yellow. How to fix that deficiency is adding Epsom salt will help give your plants the magnesium that it needs to survive. Magnesium is a non-movable nutrient, meaning the only way your plants uptake magnesium is watering. If you're having a calcium deficiency, 9 times out of 10, you're having a magnesium deficiency as well. And my thoughts would be to fix that is to ensure that you're watering your plants properly. All right, squad. I thank you for tuning in to another 5 mistakes video. I hope you learned something from this video. If you have any questions of anything that we discussed in today's video, or you might have something going on in your garden that you're unsure of, just leave it in the comments. Or if you just want to pop in and say, hey, by all means, if you haven't checked out my playlist, The Ultimate Gardening Guide, then do so. The link is down in the description. Also, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe this content. If it helped you, I'm pretty sure that this content can help other beginner gardeners. Until next time, squad, deuces.
This is Lester's G G G G G G G G G G G G to subscribe, join the family, and let's grow together from seed to harvest every season.